Just so many reports are now coming in that Amazon have now actually blocked Launcher Manager. As you guys saw with my previous video, the latest version of Launcher Manager uses a newer method of detecting the home button press, and with the new method you can now launch any custom launcher that you like, and you can even remap some of those media buttons, like for example Disney or Netflix or Amazon Music. They can all be remapped with the latest version of Launcher Manager. But clearly Amazon are very closely watching what's happening in the modding community, and I believe now when I install this latest update on my 4K Firestick Max, we should see the impact of this. This has happened once before, or twice I think. Once was with Firestarter and also the original Launcher Hijack. So with those applications, Amazon blacklisted the package names, which means if you try to install them or try to run them on your device, they just wouldn't install properly. And I suspect they've done the same thing now with Launcher Manager. And it is very frustrating because even if you take the custom launcher out the equation, the latest Launcher Manager allowed you to remap these media buttons. So even buttons like Prime Video, which you can't uninstall, with the latest version of Launcher Manager, you could actually remap this to another feature or to another application on your device. It just looks like Amazon are not letting anything go, and they're trying their absolute best to completely block this from happening. Now I do have a potential workaround, which I do think would be quite easy to do, but it's going to end up being a cat and mouse game where you slightly change the package name, install it, it works okay, and then they'll just blacklist that as well. So my device has finished updating, but as you can see, Launcher Manager is still available on my home screen. I can click on that and it still opens for me. So what I suspect is happening is Amazon are periodically scanning the applications on your system, and when it detects that you have the package for Launcher Manager, it then blacklists that, so that particular application or that particular package can now no longer run on your system. Now one fix or a quick fix is if you just quickly reinstall the package or reinstall the application, it does seem to refresh it, and again you'll see that you can start the application again. But again, whenever that scan happens, maybe it's every couple of hours, maybe it's once a day, when they do detect that, you'll definitely have this problem. And this is something that we've been worried about for a very long time, where Amazon would just do everything in their power to ensure that you always see the home screen, you always see these sponsored applications, you always see these sponsored adverts. They have to ensure that you see these adverts because they need to recoup some of those costs that they lose with actually making these devices. Now just in case you're wondering how many people are affected by this, if I just show you on my previous YouTube video, you can see here just literally 3 minutes ago, this person is saying this is now blocked in USA. So you got another person saying app stopped working, settings are no longer available. I'm not sure if this happened to anyone else, but Amazon deleted. Yeah, so they haven't actually deleted it, because if you open up another app like the App Info Manager, you'll still see the icon for Launcher Manager. You just can't launch it anymore. But again, if you just reinstall the application, that will potentially fix that problem. Now, if you were to potentially change the package name, then that could maybe be an alternative, but then potentially Amazon will just add that to the blacklist and it will become that cat and mouse game. So he's saying I don't think it's legal for them to remove an app from my device. So again, they're not actually uninstalling something, they're just making a change to a process that monitors the applications on your device, and when it detects that Launcher Manager is trying to run, it doesn't allow it. Blocked and disappeared from the install apps. So it definitely seems to be very widespread, and as I mentioned before, it does seem to be a periodic scan. Whenever it detects the application on your device, it just makes it so you can't launch it anymore. And we can see 17 hours ago today, Amazon removed and blocked Launcher Manager. So I mean, you'd think they'd have bigger things to worry about, but home screen adverts are really how they make money on these devices. So anything that prevents you seeing those adverts, they're going to jump in and make sure you see them. So that's happening there. This was also reported today by AFTV News, which is also a very credible resource, and we can see on his website Amazon blocks the launcher manager from taking control of your Fire TV remote button. So some of you will see this depending on if you're running Fire OS 6 or Fire OS 7. And he's saying that now if it was already installed on your device, the app no longer appears in the main grid of apps or in the managed install applications. So you won't see it there. But as I mentioned before, if you open up another app, which is the App Info Manager, in fact, let me quickly just show you this application here. So even if you can't actually see Launcher Manager anymore because it's been blacklisted and you can't see it in My Applications, you'll still see it in the list here. And when you click on this, you won't be able to click on Open App because it's been blacklisted. But as we can see on my 3rd Gen Fire TV Cube on this device, I'm still able to use it. So you can see, guys, Amazon are not going to stop. They're going to make sure that you always see the home screen adverts. You're not going to be able to remap these media buttons. They really want to have control of your streaming device. So you can see why lots of people are very frustrated with this, and many have jumped over to the Android TV operating system because at least on that platform you still have some controls. So that's pretty much for this video, guys. In fact, let me just show you one quick thing that's going to be coming to my app killer. We can see here, if I open up background apps and process list, we can see I've got my VPN safety dot. You can see that clicking on the top right. I also have Launcher Manager running. And if I now open up my app killer, we can see that the new version is going to have this new tick box here, which says keep my VPN or utility or launcher apps alive. So that means when I click on count, it says there's 5 things running. And this time when I click on force stop all apps, it only kills off 2 of them, because now when I go back into the background apps and process list, we can see because of that new tick box, it's now kept the VPN safety dot alive, as well as Launcher Manager, and of course any other VPN that was running. So the update is going to be coming very, very soon. Really appreciate your support. Do leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about Amazon now blocking the new Launcher Manager. What do you think about it? Are you going to jump ship, or is it just something that we'll have to accept because looks like Amazon really do control our devices? So really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.